see it, there it is, another Mongoose build. This one's gonna be like no other. Welcome back to RADBMX Builds. I'm Sean, and this is a brand new 2024 Mongoose Super Goose, but not for long. We're gonna completely tear this bike apart, and we're gonna take it to powder coat. We're gonna re-decal it and put a bunch of different parts on it, changing the bike completely. And I'm not going to tell you what model we're going for yet in this episode. The last one, we took a Super Goose and made it into a Pro class. This is not going to be that. It's going to be another iconic throwback to the Mongoose heritage. This bike is going to be absolutely rad. And yes, I am going to be selling this. So make sure you're following us on Instagram at rad_BMX_builds. Because when I post that this bike is for sale, you can then jump over to the website at RADBMXBUILDS.com and buy the bike. It's the only place I sell anything. So if you want hats, a bike, shirts, hoodies, stickers, whatever your heart desires, RADBMXBUILDS.com. Let's tear open the box, show you what comes in it, take the bike apart, and head over to powder coat. This is wild. Don't worry about the way I took stuff off. I'm powder coating the bike, so I'm not worried about scratching it or any of that. So aside from that, these forks right here are decaled backwards. Let me show you. This is crazy coming from Mongoose. I've never seen this. In another video, I talked about putting on decals, and sometimes it's human error. I don't know if Mongoose has people put these on or if a machine's putting them on, but at some point when those decals were installed, they put them on backwards. Check this out. Okay, you can clearly see the sticker that says rear. You can clearly see that they are on correctly. And you come around to the front, that's the back side of the sticker. Those are supposed to be facing forward. That's crazy. I've never seen that. Again, that's not a problem for me because I'm powder coating and re-decaling the bike. But if I just wanted to build this bike and leave it that way or give it to my son or whatever, that could be problematic. Quality control is extremely important. So I would have to probably reach out to Mongoose and say, hey, can you send me some new fork decals? These are wrong and I need to replace them. I'm sure they would. I'm sure they'd take care of it. Let me know in the comments if you ever unboxed a bike and found decals to be completely wrong. I see it every now and then on other people's builds, but I've never seen it come from a factory right out of the box new like this. Okay, now that it's unboxed, it's time to take all these parts off and bring the frame, forks, and bars off to my powder coater. Okay, here it is all taken apart, the bars, the frame, the forks, and this power disc. And that's what we're gonna get powder coated. I'm not gonna reveal the color right now. Let's get over to powder coat and drop this stuff off. So hopefully it can come back quick. And this is what I'm left with, a table full of parts, pieces, decals. Just got to wait for that to come back. Am I going to use these pads? I have no idea. I'm not a huge fan of those. Probably not. Let's get rid of that. I will be using the seat. I will be using the wheels. I will be using those brand new decals. I will not be using that chain ring or power disc or whatever. I am going to use the brakes. I'm using this chain ring. This is a Suntour 42 tooth. Old school 130 BCD. So it's gonna fit, there we go. It's gonna fit that power disc that I showed you earlier perfectly. I like the Pro Class wheels with the blue in them, with the blue tires. It looks really good. So those are the parts and pieces. Now we just need the powder coater to give me a call. Welcome back, everybody. Sean here from RADBMX Builds, and this episode we're going to be building a Mongoose Californian Pro. Beautiful bike, freshly powder coated. It's going to get new decals and brand new Mongoose pads by Flite. This custom build is partially sponsored by Mongoose, so a huge shout out to Mongoose. Absolutely killing the game with their retro bikes. And what do I mean by that? These are exactly like the old ones. Same size, same everything, geometry, you name it, except for one minor thing, which I would call an improvement. On the bottom back here, we call this the matchbox. It's solid on the new ones. On the old ones, it was open, which subjected it to rust, all kinds of issues. So actually an improvement to an already absolutely rad loop tail bike. This was a 2024 Mongoose Super Goose, designed after the 1984 Mongoose Super Goose and released. And you can get one at Mongoose right now and then do your own custom build. This bike came in a candy red with a bunch of blue parts, and I'm going to change the entire bike by powder coating it black, adding new decals, adding new grips, adding new parts, adding pads, adding a lot of stuff. So strap in because this is going to be one rad build. Okay, before we kick off this video, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, UpBeatPlus. This awesome tire air compressor is portable and small enough to fit in your backpack if you're going to go for a bike ride, to fit in the glove box, underneath the seat, or in the back of your car. And it's great for 12 volt or battery powered, which is absolutely amazing. So if you're out ripping around on a long ride on your bike and you're worried about flat tires, they got you covered. This awesome size mobile battery operated air compressor is perfect for you. All you got to do is hold on the power button, wait for the 3 lights to come on, and you're a go. Then just push it and fill your tire. It's that easy. It also has an input for a 12 volt, plugging it right into the cigarette lighter of your car. I highly recommend you get one. The link is down below, and I'm going to save you 20%. They're already very affordable, but I'm going to give you 20% off. Just check the description box down below in this video, and you'll find the link and your discount code. Okay, this amazing Mongoose just got back from powder coat, where I did the frame, the forks, the bars, and the power disc, and they came out absolutely beautiful in gloss black. We are going to retain a few of the parts. The crank is original, seat and seat post are original, and the awesome Mongoose Pro Class wheels and tires are also original. But we're going to change up the parts and use a Pro Neck stem, Pro Neck seat post clamp, of course Amy grips. And we've got some really awesome Mongoose California Pro decals. And we're going to be using a blue MX3000 die comp brake. Okay, I'm really loving these bikes. I mean, I will absolutely put my name on this and say these are absolutely great bikes, approved, 2 thumbs up. If you're looking for a retro bike at a great price that fits all the old school parts, side pull brakes, 1-inch threaded forks, you name it, this is the greatest platform out there for the money. You can go out and go to companies like Pro Neck or whatever you want and get really awesome old school parts and put them on there to just add those personal details to your bike. So we're going to get into the build, which should be very straightforward, very simple, but it's the end result that we're here to see. It's in the name, right? RADBMX Builds. So we're going to build this bike today, give you a reveal, so don't go anywhere, because at the very end of this, and don't skip forward, don't be that dude. At the very end of this, we're going to give you a reveal of a custom Mongoose Californian Pro. Okay, as you can see, we're getting close. This bike literally took me like 12 minutes to put this thing together. That's how easy they are to build. A very awesome, simple bike to build. So I'm going to off camera install the finishing touches, which is adjusting the brake, putting on the chain, decals, of course. We haven't done decals yet. And I'm gonna put on some valve stem caps. I got some really sick Mongoose valve stem caps for it in black. So I don't want to reveal the entire bike until it's completed. So for you, it'll just be a second. For me, I don't know, 15 minutes, because I want to get the decals absolutely perfect. So get ready for the reveal. Okay, there it is. The build is complete. I'm going to give you an up close reveal, and we're going to talk about the bike a little bit, but what a transformation from the way that it comes out of the box. And I'm going to show you a picture of what that looks like. This bike was a complete redo from what I got from Mongoose, and I really enjoyed doing that. It's kind of like just making the version I would want of what they've already created. They did all the hard work. I'm just putting a bunch of parts, pieces, changing color, decal, and some things like that to bring what maybe Mongoose, if you're watching, should consider some alternative models and colors. All right, let me give you an up close of what we've done to this now Mongoose California Pro. All right, look how stunning this bike is. Man, the blue and black just pops so good. Very happy with how this turned out. Starting up top, no other than Amy grips, the best for any BMX build. Die comp lever. These are the Mongoose pads from Flite, the Mongoose Pro Class bars, Pro Neck old school 1-inch stem. This bike has the 1-inch threaded forks headset. And we decaled the forks with the Mongoose decal, and you get a good look at these Mongoose Pro Class wheels with the Mongoose valve stem cap wrapped in blue Comp 3 style gum wall tires. And then we come back and you can see another Mongoose pad by Flite. And then my Mongoose Californian Pro decals look perfect on there. Man, super excited about that. I got a power disc and had it powder coated, and then added a Sun Tour 42 tooth chain ring to it, 130 BCD, and some Welgo Bear Trap pedals. For the seat, I put a Pro Neck seat post clamp, kept the original post and seat, but added the BMX decal, reminiscent of the old Mongoose seats, which Mongoose, please start making those again. Outback Mongoose, Outback Die Comp MX 1000 side pull brakes. Love these. I've talked about them before, one of my favorites. Iconic loop tail design, keeping the rear wheel exactly as it came, just adding the valve stem cap. So there it is. What did I do to this bike? Let's go down the list real quick. We did grips, brakes, pads, stem, decals, powder coat, seat post clamp, pedals, chain ring, power disc, chain, and valve stem caps. Quite the list of parts and pieces, but absolutely worth the end result. What do you think? Comment down below. Do you like the way this bike came out? And should Mongoose start making some that look like this? Okay, quite the list that we just went over of the parts and pieces to make this bike. I will be selling this bike. This is not one I'm going to keep for the collection. I built it for you, the viewers. When it goes up for sale, I'm going to put it on my Instagram that it is available, but it can only be purchased at RADBMXBuilds.com. Okay, huge shout out to Mongoose. Thank you so much for helping me out and helping me build another epic bike. We should really get together and start making some different models. I know you got some in the works, but man, I would love to be able to make these all day long because they're truly a joy to make. Also, a huge shout out to UpBeatPlus. Make sure you go down in the description, order yourself one of these, and use that discount code to save 20%. Thanks again for all of you that watch this and your support. please just hit the thumb up on your way out. I'd love to read your comments. And as always, stay rad.